Everyone, welcome or welcome back. If you're new, I'm Alexa and my channel focuses on curly hair. So in today's video, I'm going to be helping you create a curly hair routine. This video will be really beneficial, especially if you are a beginner, but it can also be really helpful if you are already into your curly hair journey and you might just want to know some of the things that I believe are really important. So without further ado, let's begin this video. Before going into hair products and building a curly hair routine, I do want to highlight everyone has different hair needs and just a different hair profile. So there are three things that I think are really important for you to know before you go into like buying products, and it's basically knowing the porosity of your hair, your texture, and your density. Those are three things that honestly I didn't know when I started my curly hair journey and when I started buying products, and I wish I knew those three things because it honestly would have saved me a lot of money and I would have gone through a lot of trial and error. I think it's really important to think if your hair is damaged, because if your hair is damaged, you will need to nurture your hair a lot more. And also, I feel like I got a lot of people telling me that they've actually always embraced their curls, but they didn't know how to treat them correctly. So they never really damaged their hair. So their transitioning process might be a lot easier than someone who has heat or bleach damage. But keeping in mind and just considering if your hair is damaged is something really important, because you'll have to do extra things, and that's what I personally did when I was on my journey. So basically the porosity, the texture, and your density, those are three things that will basically help you choose products for your hair, and it will just help you know what your hair needs more of or less of. I do have a whole video going really deep into those three things when it comes to your hair, and I honestly did try to make that video really simple, and I just tried to explain it in a way I wish someone would have explained it to me. So if you do want to know your porosity, texture, and density, I am going to put a link above and you can go check out that video. If I am looking down, is because I am looking at my laptop right here. I did write a lot of notes to share with y'all. So one of the most important things in any hair routine is having a shampoo, because this is what's going to clean your hair and your scalp, and we all know if you have a healthy scalp, that eventually will mean healthy hair. So personally, I like having different categories of shampoos. I'll put them right here for you. I know when I started my curly hair journey, I honestly had no idea about anything in hair care, so I didn't know that there were different types of shampoos in there, and different types of shampoos do different things. For example, a shampoo that's sulfate free and is hydrating, that's just going to hydrate your hair. It might cleanse it a little bit, but not as much as a clarifying shampoo or a shampoo that might have sulfate in it. But honestly, I do believe that washing your hair is really important, and also having like a shampoo that's super strong, like a sulfate shampoo in your routine, is really important. Just using it in moderation or according to your hair's needs, because sometimes I think that a sulfate free shampoo doesn't do it all. There's many things that will build up on our hair, like environmental factors, also like products, even products that don't have silicone in them, they still have waxes, oils, and other ingredients that will build up. So with the use of a really strong shampoo, all of that will be removed from your strands. Another question that I feel like I do get often from people is, how often should I wash my hair? And the truth is, I can't tell you when to wash your hair, because everyone does different activities, has a different lifestyle. Everyone's scalp is different, so your scalp might be really oily while mine is really dry, or your scalp might not get as itchy while mine tends to get really itchy really quick. So wash your hair when your scalp tells you to. I think it's really important for people to know that. And if your scalp is itchy, don't like extend your wash day just because you think you have to. Definitely wash your hair. Another step that is really important when building your curly hair routine is to have a good conditioner. A conditioner basically will help hydrate your hair. It'll also help detangle it if it has really good slip. It can also help give your hair a good protein and moisture balance to your wash day routine. And that's the same thing with your shampoo. And another thing I do want to mention before going more into other products is when starting your curly hair journey, honestly, I think it's really important to learn about ingredients in hair products. It might sound a little bit like difficult, like, oh my gosh, I need to learn about all of these ingredients, and that's how I felt when I started. But honestly, there's so many websites. I'm going to make sure to list them down in the description for you that will help guide you on ingredients. You can even go onto Google and put like protein ingredients in hair care products, and there's just an abundance of websites, and then that way you can know what different types of ingredients are and what different types of ingredients do. And also, if you did watch my video where I do explain the porosity and the texture of hair, I find that that's where ingredients come more into play, because for example, low porosity hair that can also be coarse like mine might not need as much protein as a hair type that's low porosity and fine, or high porosity and fine or coarse. So that's why I think it's really important to learn about ingredients. So definitely take some time and just read about them, and in the long run you're going to like remember what each ingredient does. You can also jot it down in your notebook or something like that, and it will just be really beneficial, especially when it comes to buying products, because then you won't be wasting your money on a lot of products. Now when I go to places like Target or online to buy a product, I always look at the ingredient list, and I can easily tell if that product will work for me or if it's not. Another step that's really important when building your curly hair routine is having a good deep conditioner. Basically, a good deep conditioner is going to hydrate your hair a lot, and I find that like the deep conditioning topic is really different from like person to person, because especially after creating an Instagram and joining the curly hair community, I've seen how honestly some hair textures that might be like low density with fine hair, they don't really deep condition too much because they find that it weighs down their hair. However, on the other hand, I have really coarse hair and my hair is really high density, and it tends to get really dry. So my hair definitely benefits with deep conditioning. If you are starting your journey and your hair is like really heat damage or color damage, I do think it's really important to deep condition your hair 1 or even 2 times a week, because that will really help nurture your hair. Personally, now that my hair is really healthy and I've been into my curly hair journey for 5 years, I tend to deep condition my hair. Sometimes it does happen every week, but usually I notice it can happen every 10 through 12 days. I just like look for some signs of my hair, and I can just like tell if my hair needs a good deep conditioning routine. And also another thing I do want to mention in this video is when it comes to deep conditioning, because when I started my journey and even in the middle of it, I kind of thought that deep conditioning was pointless. And the reason for that is because since my hair is low porosity, and this is like some information I didn't have in the past, I didn't know my hair needed heat in order to help the deep conditioner work and for the deep conditioner to actually penetrate into my strands, versus another type of porosity like high porosity or even medium porosity. It definitely depends. They might not need heat or steam in their deep conditioning routine for the deep conditioner to activate. But yeah, that's why I think knowing your porosity is really important. I'm definitely going to keep mentioning that throughout this video, because I find that not many people talk about porosity, texture, or density. I find that people have been speaking more about it recently, and honestly I think that's amazing, because those are definitely three things that are really important when buying products and building your curly hair routine. Another important step when building a curly hair routine is having a protein treatment that works for you. Personally, my favorite protein treatment is the Matcha Boost from EcoSlay. And again, this is another part where porosity and your hair's texture can come into play. So for example, since my hair is low porosity and coarse, I don't need a lot of protein in my hair. So a protein treatment is something I use once a month in my routine. But a person who has high porosity or fine hair, or even low porosity and finer hair, they might need more protein in their routine just to like build their overall structure of their hair and just to give their hair more strength. So definitely take that into consideration. I find that the way I figured out when to include a protein treatment in my routine is honestly by knowing my texture and my porosity, and I know that using it once a month is just the best way to use it for me. A protein treatment can also be really helpful if your hair is damaged. So if you have any color damage on your hair, or if your hair is really heat damaged, a good protein treatment can really help, and maybe doing it once a week or once every 2 weeks can be really beneficial, because that's going to help make your hair stronger from all of the damage that it already has. But always be mindful when using these products, and just like analyze your hair and see what it likes and what it dislikes. Another important thing that I think is really helpful to have in a curly hair routine, and again, especially if your hair is really damaged from something, is having some type of bond builder. So two of my favorite bond builders are the Olaplex #3, and I do have a whole video using that, and also the Curlsmith Bond Rehab Salve. That's another bond builder. The only difference is the Curlsmith one does have protein, while the Olaplex one is protein free. So again, adjusted to your own hair's needs. But having a bond builder is going to help give structure to your hair. It's also going to help give it strength and just help your hair with any possible damage that it can have. Personally, since I do diffuse my hair, and usually I do like to use high heat, also I find that I do manipulate my hair a lot with things like brushes. I do color treat my hair once, maybe 2 times a year. I find that using a bond builder every month is really helpful for my hair, just to keep it really strong. When it comes to styling your hair, I find that this is personal preference. So you might not need all of these products. I know that I always don't use all of these products in every single routine that I do. So a good product that I think you should have in your routine is a leave-in conditioner, because this can give your hair moisture. It can even provide heat protection in your hair if that's something you do want to include in your routine. And yeah, I don't always use a leave-in conditioner in my routine. I tend to use it from time to time, or just according to what I want to do for that routine or what I think my hair needs. And another thing that's important to have in your routine is a cream. So I find that creams for me really hydrate my hair and just really help my curls with curl definition, just because it helps clump my hair really well. So having a cream is definitely really important, and also having a good gel. So a gel will definitely provide a lot of hold for your hair. It can also help tame the frizz, and it can also make your hair last longer. And you can even have a mousse in your routine. A mousse, I feel like it can help a lot with volume. It can also provide hold for your hair. You can definitely pick or choose. I do have a few mousses in my collection, I think like 4, but I honestly don't use a mousse that often. I feel like I use a mousse once in a blue moon. I feel like I always tend to use gels a lot, but it's definitely trial and error, or just trying out different products and seeing what you like best when you style your hair. The next product I want to talk about, and I find that this is a product some people don't like having in their routine. It's definitely a product I like to have in my routine, and that's a good hair oil. So using an oil at the end of any routine once my hair is dry, it helps seal all of that moisture on my hair. It also helps with shine. It helps me pull apart curl clumps or breaking apart the cast that I can get from a gel. Like right now I kind of have a slight cast because I did use a stronghold gel for this routine, but an oil will just help me break apart that cast, just to help make my curls look softer and shinier. When it comes to styling, I find that technique can be really important. It can even like make you love your styling products even more. For example, I love to use a brush when styling my curls, and I like to style my hair in sections. So when I use a brush, I find that my curls just get way more defined. Even though it can be time consuming, my hair tends to last a lot longer versus when I don't use a brush, and it's something I've just noticed over time. So I find that sometimes you need to pick like what you want. Like I prefer spending a lot of time when styling my hair versus like not spending a lot of time, because when I spend a lot of time styling my hair, I can get a good 5 or even 7 days, if I'm lucky, of a routine with no refresh or some type of minimal refresh in between. But when I don't take the time to style my hair, literally on day 2, or if I'm lucky on day 3, my hair just starts looking extremely frizzy and like the definition goes away. So definitely consider how you want to style your hair. If you want to do like sections, that's what I usually do. I find that I do spend like 20 to 30 minutes styling my hair, just because I do a lot of sections, and I just find that that really helps me. And also, you should consider if you want to damp style or wet style your hair. So those are 2 things you can experiment with. I know damp styling doesn't work for everyone. Personally, I love damp styling because I find that my hair just clumps better. Also, my hair doesn't take too much time to dry when I damp style. So wet style and damp style, and see how you like to style your hair better. Another important thing is to consider if you want to diffuse your hair or if you want to air dry your hair. Personally, I love to diffuse my hair because I find that I get more volume, more definition, less frizz, and also my hair does take a million years to dry. So diffusing my hair does advance the drying process. Some people do love to air dry, and honestly, if I don't have a lot of time, I do tend to air dry. It definitely does depend. One last thing I wanted to add in this video is pre-pooing your hair. So basically, when you pre-poo your hair, this is a step that comes before you shampoo your hair. So you can be applying some type of product oil on your hair that's just going to help detangle your hair before you shampoo it and also give it some added hydration. I will be listing some of my favorite pre-poos down below if that's something you do want to check out. I know everyone doesn't want to like pre-poo, but I find that pre-pooing does have benefits just because it like moisturizes your hair, especially if you will be using like a really stripping shampoo, like something that's clarifying or has sulfate. I find that pre-pooing really sets that barrier there, so that your hair won't get as stripped with those ingredients. And I definitely don't want to forget this piece of advice because I always got questions: how do you sleep with your hair and how don't you like not mess it up? Some people tell me I can't go up until day 2 because I wake up and my hair looks crazy and I need to rewash my hair and style it again. So I go to sleep with my hair. I use this satin or silk scrunchie that I got from a small business on Etsy. I tie all of my hair, put it up here, and then I wrap my hair in a satin scarf, and I literally got this from Shein for like $2, and I just wrap my hair around this, and that just really helps protect my hair and gives me long-lasting wash days. Another thing I like doing is I like using my pillowcase, which is a satin pillowcase, and I have right here, and I just like using that because it gives me some added protection in case if like this comes off my hair at night. But honestly, I find that I found like a good way to tie it and it really doesn't come off throughout the night. So really quickly, I went to grab some products because I do want to show you what 1 month of my curly hair routines can look like. So I want to start off with a routine that I'll do most likely once a month to my hair. Sometimes this can happen 2 times or honestly even more if I notice my hair is just like not reacting well, if it has moisture overload, or if my hair isn't like curling right with like the products I use, or if I have like a lot of buildup and things like that. There's just like so many different factors that can come into the reason why I'll do this routine, but I tend to do this 1 through 2 times a month. So this is a clarifying routine. So I'll use the Bumble and Bumble Sunday shampoo. This does have sulfate in it. And then after this, I'll go in with a really hydrating deep conditioner because a sulfate shampoo is going to strip my hair. So if I don't use a good deep conditioner after, personally for me, chances are my hair is just going to feel extremely dry and brittle. So a really good moisturizing deep conditioner that I love, I purchased so many jars, is the Chebe Supa deep conditioner from Soultanicals. I'll leave this in my hair for about 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, and I'll also use some steam in my hair. Again, I'm going to link the steamer down below, and then I'll rinse this off. And personally for me, I always like using a conditioner after my deep conditioners or even before, depending if the deep conditioner provides a lot of slip or if it doesn't. So one of my go-to conditioners is the Giovanni Deeper Moisture one. This is really good. You can find this at TJ Maxx, and the reason I like to use this personally is because this does have some protein, so this gives me some added protein in my wash day routine, and just gives me a good protein moisture balance, because personally I do tend to do many routines when it comes to styling that don't have protein in the products. It definitely does depend. So after cleansing my hair and now my hair is all moisturized, I style my hair. So I picked a routine that I've been doing a lot for like these past few months. So I'll use the Kinky Curly Not Today paired up with the curl defining jelly from Kirsten S to style my hair. And to give my hair some definition, I'll use my Tangle Teaser. Oh my gosh, this is so dirty, I'm sorry, but I'll use this brush to just give my curls definition throughout every section, and this helps detangle as well. And if on that day I'm in the mood to use a cream in between, I'll do the Kinky Curly Leave-In. After, I'll follow up with the Avocado and Rose Oil Clump and Define Cream from Bounce Curl, and last I'll go in with the Kirsten S Jelly. So yeah, definitely depends. Sometimes I'm in the mood to use a curl cream, sometimes I'm in the mood not to use it, sometimes I don't want to use a leave-in conditioner and maybe I just want to use a curl cream and a gel. So it's definitely up to you on how you want to style your hair. So another clarifying shampoo that I have and I love, and I'll do with this same routine that I showed y'all, except the Sunday shampoo, is instead of using the Sunday shampoo, I'll use the Wash and Scrub Detox Probiotic from Curlsmith. And this shampoo doesn't have sulfate, but the reason I like this is because honestly, when my scalp is feeling extremely itchy, this helps soothe my scalp, and my scalp just feels really nice. But this type of clarifying shampoo is something that I'll opt to use more often, even like once a week, because I find that it doesn't strip my hair as much as a sulfate shampoo. So now this is a routine that I'll do more often, even every week, is I'll use the Sweet Ginger Cleansing Rinse from Camille Rose, and I'll pair that up with a good conditioner that provides a lot of slip, like the AG Curl Fresh conditioner. Also has some protein in it, so it gives me a nice protein moisture balance in my wash day routine. And then I'll follow up with the same styling product. I just want to keep this nice and simple. Sometimes I tend to use different styling products, but honestly these three or these two have like been my favorite combo for like the past 4 or 5 months, I feel like. So I really trust these products all together. And sometimes if I find that my hair needs added hydration with a deep conditioner, I'll use this first, follow with a good hydrating deep conditioner. And sometimes I'll use a conditioner after the deep conditioner, maybe this one or this one right here. Definitely depends what I'm in the mood for. Another thing I do want to mention when it comes to deep conditioning is make sure your hair doesn't have a ton of buildup. So sometimes I like analyze my previous wash days, and I'm like, okay, those products that I use might have given me a lot of buildup, or honestly sometimes I can just see it or feel it in my hair, because sometimes I might get flakes if I have a lot of buildup. Sometimes my curls just drop and don't last, or sometimes I find that my hair just gets really frizzy. So there's different signs that tell me that my hair has a lot of buildup. But if my hair has a lot of buildup in it, I won't use this shampoo that's not clarifying, and then this, because then the deep conditioner is not going to penetrate properly into my hair, and we all don't want to be, you know, like wasting deep conditioner and money. We actually want it to penetrate into our hair and work. So if I find my hair does have a lot of buildup, I'll choose to use this shampoo that has sulfate, or I'll use a more gentle clarifying shampoo like the one from Curlsmith. Also, I realized I forgot to mention at the end of my styling routine, after using these two products and once my hair is dry, I like to seal with an oil. My oil of choice recently has been this one from Curlsmith, their bonding oil. It's really good and I love it so much. Now this is another routine that I'll do once a month, and this is when I use a protein treatment. So before using a protein treatment, I honestly like to clarify my hair, remove all of the buildup, make sure my hair is really stripped. That way all of the goodness of the protein treatment can actually go into my strands. So I like to use first the Sunday shampoo from Bumble and Bumble, Then I like to go in with the protein shake, the EcoSleep Matcha Boost protein treatment after washing this off. And then after that, I like using a moisturizing deep conditioner, so the Soultanicals Chebe Ginger, because this is not going to give my hair moisture. If I just use this and that and go straight into styling products, chances are my hair is going to be extremely hard and feel really dry because it might not be properly protein moisture balanced. So by adding this step with this deep conditioner after, I'm creating a good protein moisture balance routine. And then after doing the deep conditioner, sometimes I use a conditioner after, sometimes I don't. Honestly depends on what I feel like what my hair needs, or like if I'm in the mood to do so. So I might follow up with something like this from Giovanni, or the AG Curl Fresh conditioner. And then after that, again, I'll style with the same products that I just showed y'all right here, and finish my routine with an oil. Now this is another routine that I'll most likely do once a month or every other month when I have time, and also a routine that I like to do if I know I'm going to be color treating my hair really soon. So this is when I use Olaplex. So they do say to use Olaplex before you shampoo, but honestly this stuff is really expensive. It costs like almost $30. The bottle is super small. So before using the Olaplex, if my hair does have buildup, again, I think back to the routines that I've done, what I've put in my hair, I always like to shampoo my hair with a good sulfate shampoo or a clarifying shampoo, and then use the Olaplex in my hair. Shampoo again with the same shampoo or a different shampoo that might be sulfate free according to what I want to do. And then after that, I'll deep condition. I always do like to deep condition when I'm using a bond builder like Olaplex. And after that, again, I'll style with products of choice. And one product that I do want to show y'all here, because I know some people don't like layering so many products onto their hair, is a one and done that is really good. Gives your hair moisture, protein moisture balance, also gives your hair good hold and makes your curls last. I don't know how, but the AG Curl Fresh Definer, this stuff is really good if you just want to use one product to style your hair. So on days that I'm like super lazy and don't want to like spend so much time putting one product and then another product, this is the product that I go for. And honestly, this product is just really good. I find that I also use this whenever I want my hair to look really good. One thing that I've been adding more into my routines lately, and if I'm honest, is something that I don't add too much, is using a heat protector. So I've been using the Bumble and Bumble Invisible Oil leave-in because it has heat protection in it. Also the Aveda Nutriplenish one on my hair. It's really good, and it gives me that you know, added bonus of having heat protection in my hair. And another routine that I like to do really often, especially if I'm washing my hair 2 to 3 times in that same week, is I like to co-wash my hair. It also definitely depends how my scalp is feeling, so those are things that I take into consideration. This is something I do if my scalp isn't itchy and my hair still feels really clean and is co-washing. I went to look for the co-wash that I really like to use, and that's the Curlsmith conditioning wash. So again, I'll use just a co-wash on its own. That helps me detangle my hair too. I'll rinse that off, and after the co-wash, I'll just follow up with my styling products of choice. So that's it for this video. I honestly really hope that this video was really helpful for you and you learned something for yourself. Comment down below and let me know if this video was helpful or not. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help me out a lot. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. My voice is almost gone. But I'm really happy that I did film this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.